So, at the end of last episode, Walter knew that Skyler was cheating on him and she screwed with Ted. So, I think anyone who came across this kind of thing could not stand that, right? No one can really stand this kind of thing. So did Walter. So, Walter went to Ted's office to confront him. But Ted did not want to talk to him, so he locked himself inside of his office. And Walter got kicked out by the security. So outside of the building, he didn't know what to do, but finally he saw there was a side door, and he thought probably he could get inside from that side door. So when he was about to open the door, there was a car came by, and then Mike got off the car and forced Walter inside the car and drove him back to Saul's office. So in Saul's office, Saul told him that that was not a big deal to find out your wife cheating on you, screwing someone else. That was pretty normal. But Walter was curious about why you know where I am. So he finally found out he got bought. And he was very angry about this. So he asked Mike to take away all the bugs in his house. So when Mike finished his work and he was about to leave, he found someone drew a scene on the street out of Walter's house. And he knew that that was the twins. So he turned to Walter and he said, Walter, you know what? Uh, Sometimes it's not bad to have someone watch your back. So Walter did not know what that means, and then Mike left. So after all this, Walter, he couldn't get himself together. He was totally out of his mind, and he started to act abnormal. So, for example, in his class, he just kept staring at the faucet and staring at water dripping down, but he did not give out any lectures to the students. So his strange behavior really caused the attention of the principal, Carmen. And Walter, he was asked to her office. She wanted to talk with him. So she was, presenting all her concern about him. But Walter, he still, act strange, and he even touched her hairs and tried to kiss her. So what Walter did really scared her, and she didn't know why such a decent man become like this. He act like a totally different person. So she asked Walter to take a few days off. And on the other hand, Jesse came back from the suburb. He just finished producing another batch of meth. And in the gas station, he traded a package of the meth to one of the girl in the store. So he didn't have to pay for the gas. But this girl, she was the daughter of the owner. She did not dare to use it, so she gave this meth to her boyfriend. But her boyfriend got caught by local sheriff. So local sheriff knew that Hank was currently chasing down this blue meth. So they made a phone call to Hank to inform him. And by the time uh, Hank he was about to catch the plane to El Paso. He got the promotion and he needed to get back to the office. He needed to get back to Texas again. But he still want to cope with this Heisenberg thing, this Heisenberg case. So he canceled the plan and he went back to the office to interrogate this guy. and he got some few leads, some names from this guy. So he was very excited because he can keep chasing down Heisenberg. But his partner Gomez told him this meth they came across today was probably the leftover or some inferior product by another drug dealers. So what he said really kind of uh, make Hank feel very angry because he was so into this case. And he told Gomez that he was tired of all this second guessing. So they had a hard falling out, and Gomez, he didn't know why Hank become act like this. Why he became like this. He was very optimistic and he always made jokes to his friends. But ever since he came across the Heisenberg case, he act like a total different person. So Hank chasing down these leads and the final name led him to the gas station. So this girl, she couldn't really give a precise description of Jesse, and the camera inside the store broke as well. So Hank was frustrated. He was about to leave the gas station and to find another way, but he found out that there was an ATM machine outside of the store. So he thought that might be a chance. So he pulled out some snapshots from this machine, and this machine did catch the picture of the RV. So he was getting closer to closer. He was getting closer to Jesse and Walter. So he reported what he found to his superior. But his superior asked him whether he came back to El Paso tonight or not. And of course, Hank didn't want to get back. He wanted to finish Heisenberg case. So he turned down the promotion. On the other hand, Jesse went to see Walter and he wanted an introduction to Gustavo. He wanted to get back into business. But when he took out the batch of meth he produced himself, Walter was irritated. He didn't want anyone to use his formula, and he didn't want to lend his name to anyone. That was his signature. That's what he thought. So Jesse told him he would reach Gustavo himself. So he went to Saul for help, and Saul told Mike about this matter. So one day when Mike went to see Gustavo and gave him some reports of Walter's physical condition, he also told Gustavo about Jesse was looking for buyers. And Gustavo thought this might be a chance to stimulate and dare Walter to get back into business again. So he approved this deal with Jesse. So one of the guy who worked for Gustavo met with Jesse to do the deal and gave him his money. But he only gave him half of the money. And he told Jesse that the other half, was for Walter. So Walter was driving on the street and he pulled up to the red light and there was a car drove by to the side of his car. And that guy was the man I mentioned before who worked for Gustavo. This guy threw a bag of money into Walter's car. And the final scene was that Walter was completely and totally confused with the money he just got. So that's the end of the episode.